So what's going on, guys? We're working on this 2009 Pontiac G8. The problem with it so far is that we got a check engine light on, so we're gonna go ahead and test drive it, see if there's any symptoms, and we'll take it from there. So let's go drive it. Alright, so we're back home. So far all we have is a check engine light and a nice drive through the city. This is the city of Norwalk for those of you who happen to give a fuck. And now it's time to hook up the scanner, pull some codes, and see where we go from there. Turn the key on for this, take our scanner and hook it up. Light's green, so the scanner's hooked up. So the scanner's loading up. While that is loading up, we can quickly do a visual inspection to see if there's anything abnormal, which is pretty pointless because at this point we have no leads. We have nothing to go by, nothing to look at. Alright, so I got the scanner hooked up, I got everything loaded, so we're gonna go ahead and do a quick code scan and see what comes up here. Alright, so right away we have two codes from the ECM. We got a P1516 and a P2101, and they're both throttle body codes. They're both related to the electronic throttle control, the mod versus the throttle position, and the TAC motor circuit range performance test failed. So we're gonna go ahead and look at some information for the P1516 and some information for the P2101. There's also a code for the anti-theft, but I'm not worried about that right now. We'll look into that later if it becomes an issue. So P1516 and P2101. I'm gonna go into the engine and go under troubleshooter. P1516. It's gonna be the first one. See what kind of information we can get out of there. So it says here that the DTC says when the TAC angle detects that the commanded and the actual throttle positions are not within this calibrated range of each other. You guys can go ahead and pause this if you want to read it. I'm gonna go look at the P2101, which is right here. P2101. Alright.
This one says DTC said when the difference between predicted throttle position and actual position are more than the calculated amount.
So basically,
expect for mechanical concerns finding them to be temperature related. Components may not move freely in extreme heat or cold. Inspect the TAC module connectors for signs of water intrusion.
24% on the TP angle. So let's look at some data and see how the sensors are reading. Alright, so I'm inside the car. I'm gonna start it up, and I'm gonna go under data display, and I'm gonna go under the TAC data. That's a throttle actuator control, and we're gonna look at the sensors to see if they're within specs. So here we can see the TP percentage and the desired angle do not agree. Now this is weird because earlier I had a 24% on the TP angle. That was with the key on. So let me see, maybe with the key on. Right now they're actually matching. Here we go. You can see right here with the key on, the TPS percentage says 24 and the TP desired angle is at 15%. That could be where our code is coming from, that the TPS actual percentage doesn't agree with the desired angle. But with the car running, let me go ahead and start it up. With the car running, they're actually matching. So Let me see, what do we look at here? TPS 2 percentage, TPS 1 percentage. Everything looks pretty normal here. Everything looks like it's within specs. Let me just rev this car a couple times and see what we get out of this. Let's see if I can get a lower angle so I can reduce some of that glare on the scanner. Okay, let's see what else we can get here. TPS 2 voltage. TPS 1 voltage. Alright, everything looks pretty normal here. The only thing that I don't like is with the key on that the TPS percentage is at 24, 25 and that desired angle is less. That's the only disagreement that I see. Also on the test drive I didn't notice anything abnormal. We didn't get a reduced power, although the check engine light is on and we're getting codes for that, so we got to go ahead and figure it out. What I'm going to do right now is, just as a little test, just as an experiment, what I'm going to do, here, let me show you again. I'm going to turn the car off, leave the key on. So right here the percentage agrees and then it goes up to 24. What I'm going to do right now is clean the throttle body and see if I can get that 24 to come down a little bit. And if I can get it to come down, then I'm going to say that's our problem right there. Then I'm going to go on a test drive and make sure that the check engine light doesn't come back on. And we'll take it from there. So let me go clean the throttle body and see if I can get this number down. Alright, so the throttle body is clean now. Saw that part. Now let's go see how the sensors are reading inside here. Alright, key on. And we're going back into the TAC data and we're going to look at that throttle position sensor at rest. Okay, so you can see right here the TP sensor is reading 24%. The desired angle is 16. But when I give it throttle, the sensor reads 16%. And then it goes back to 24. So I don't know if it helped or not. What I'm gonna do right now is, actually, you know what? I think I might have to relearn that throttle position, the new. It's crazy how it goes from 16 and then it jumps up to 24. I think it opens up a little bit just so that when you start the car, because you gotta keep in mind that the idle air control valve is built into this throttle body. So I think what happens is it opens up a little bit to let some air in to get the car started. But what I want to do is relearn the TP. I don't think it's in here. I'm trying to see where the TP relearn is at. It might be under, it's not here. Let's clear all the codes. And we're going to see what that does for us. See if it does anything with the throttle position. I'm trying to set a new minimum and see if that helps with the desired angle and the actual angle by setting a new minimum and setting it at 16%. So everything's been cleared. And let's go back into the engine. It's weird how it's not on here. See, key, evap, injector, output, VIN. That's nothing there for me. Codes. Let's see if there's any codes right now. DTC, no codes. Alright, so I'm gonna go and look at the data that we have under TAC. Fuel trim evap TAC. And I'm gonna go ahead and start the car and see what the data looks like. So you can see once you get the car started, the angle, the TPS percentage actually drops down and it it matches the desired angle. So I'm actually gonna go test drive it and see if we actually get this light to come back on and see what kind of symptoms there is. And if we do have a problem with it, then I'm gonna have to look more into this and probably even change the throttle body. But there's gonna have to be some other tests that have to be done. See, like if you look at the TPS percentage for 1 and 2, they're both at 7%. Everything's at 7%. The desired angle is 7%. So everything looks good right now. So maybe cleaning did help it, because I did have a 15% minimum before. "12, 10, 9, 8. So that's the idle. So you can see how the idle is built into the throttle body. Alright, so from here we're going to take it, test drive it, and go through a couple drive cycles and see if anything pops back up. If not, then this is going to be a fix. Just clean the throttle body. The TPS minimum looks a little better. Earlier, I'm not sure what it was. I'm going to go back and check the footage and see what it was. But for now, everything looks good. I'm going to leave it at here. Alright, so we're back home from the test drive. Basically what I was looking for in the scanner was to see if there was a discrepancy between the desired angle and the actual angle of the throttle, and a discrepancy between TPS1 and TPS2, but there wasn't. I didn't catch any of that on the test drive, and the car wasn't acting up. So I don't want to call this a fix just because all the data on the scanner still looks the same to me. If I would have cleaned the throttle body and I would have brought the throttle angle from 24 down to the actual desired angle, then I would have called it a fix. Right now the car's not acting up. I'm gonna go ahead and let it go like this. If it does start acting up, then we'll come back and recheck it. It might need a throttle body, I don't know yet. So basically my main concern stays here. So right here I have the actual throttle angle, which is at 24%. The desired is at 15. So my question is this normal right here? This is with the key on right now, and I'm giving it full throttle right here. It's at 100%. When I let go, everything goes back down to 15, but then the actual throttle angle jumps up to 24. You can see that here on the left. Now I want to know if that's normal and that's only in preparation for the car to start up, or is that my problem right there? Because I would think that the desired angle would also jump up to 24 and then the computer commands it open. But I'm not seeing that, so I'm gonna end the video here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Also leave a comment below and let me know if you guys think this is normal or not, and I'll check you guys out on the next one. Take care. Alright, so really quick before the scanner dies, we drove this car the whole day and it's been driving fine. So I think cleaning the throttle actually fixed the car. I think it was a dirty throttle body, indicating a wrong position for the TPS sensor. So right now what I did was I got home, I disconnected the battery, and I just want to go ahead and double check to see if the actual throttle position before my scanner dies. Fuck. Alright, so the scanner died, but there's another way you can pull codes. Not pull codes, but you can pull data from the computer by holding the enter button down and turning the key on to the on position. Your dash is gonna light up. It's gonna say system check, and when it's done doing that, you're gonna have all these it's called engineering mode. You have all these data pins, and right here you can see the throttle position. If I zoom in, you can see it's at 23%, and that's full throttle right there. And when I let go, it goes down to 16, but then it jumps up to 23%. So is that normal or is it not? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. but for now the car's running good. You can also see active fuel management, current gear, switch voltage, engine oil life. All of this stuff is in here. Tire pressures, tachometer, speed, coolant temp. So this is what they call engineering mode, but I just wanted to come in here because the throttle position is in here and it's at 23%. That to me seems a little high, but we're gonna keep an eye on this car. We're gonna see how it keeps acting up, and that's it for this one. 2009 Pontiac G8 with a 6.0 liter engine. For now it's fixed.